Yeah!
Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ was born down in the lowly manger. The humble Christ was born. God sent our salvation that blessed Christmas morn. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ was born. While shepherds kept their watching o'er silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heaven there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ was born, that Jesus Christ was born.
Jesus, our brother, kind and good, was humbly born in a stable rude, and the friendly beasts around him stood. Jesus, our brother, kind and good.
I said the donkey, shaggy and brown, I carried his mother up hill and down. I carried her safely to Bethlehem town. I said the donkey, shaggy and brown.
And I said the cow, all white and red, I gave him my manger for a bed. I gave him my hay to pillow his head. I said the cow, all white and red.
I said the sheep with curly horn, I gave him my wool for his blanket warm. He wore my coat on Christmas morn. I said the sheep with curly horn.
And I said the dove from the rafters high cooed him to sleep that he should not cry. We cooed him to sleep, my love and I. I said the dove from the rafters high. And thus every beast remembered it well. In the stable dark was proud to tell of the gifts they gave Emmanuel. The gifts they gave
welcome back to the show. I'm here now with my friend Tim Baker. Tim, how are you doing today?
Good, Gary. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for
Good.
coming in today and chatting with me.
Ah, my pleasure. Always.
So now I realize that it's been just a little more than 3 years since we last had you on the show. So first, I guess I want to know what you've been up to for 3 years.
Well, yeah, it's been a big 3 years of change for me.
Yes.
Been a busy 3 years. Yeah. Hayward closed our doors, and I've moved on to a solo project, and it's taken up all of my time and energy. You know, I wrote and recorded a record and put that out about 6, 7, 8 months ago, maybe. Whenever April was. It's been a bit of a blur since then. I've been on the road a lot and you know, writing new stuff, but mostly touring around, putting together a few different kinds of bands, a few different iterations, and I've been on the road a lot. Yeah.
Now, back in August, you performed at the Newfoundland and Labrador Folk Festival, and I was there watching your show.
Oh, well, yeah,
It was
go
great.
on.
Yes,
I didn't see
was
you.
there. No, it's
Didn't see you in the crowd.
a pretty big crowd. So,
Yeah, that's great. That's
Now,
true, yeah.
what I wanted to ask with that is, do you ever get a different kind of feeling when you're doing a show here at home instead of, so to say, somewhere else or across the world or in the country?
I do, yeah, of course. I mean, St. John's has always been so good to us in the band and to me, myself, and so there's a lot of love, a lot of excitement, and there's a lot of excitement and sort of nerves when you're playing for people that you know too. Like you're playing for all your friends and colleagues and relatives and everything. So there's a bit of added pressure. But it's also, in the same sense, there's more ease because you're with people that you really understand, that understand you. So, yeah, I mean, it's a different feeling. Every town, strangely, every town has a different feeling. And depending on the venue, the night of the week, the people that are there, you really have to sort of react to every situation being a bit different. But there's definitely a special energy and warmth and kind of nervousness as well about playing in St. John's, yeah, for me.
Yeah, so then do you have anything new, any upcoming projects that you might be able to talk about?
Oh, let's see. I mean, we went crazy there just previous to the release, doing videos and putting all that together. It's been a lot of touring since then. I do have a new video in the works for a song called The 18th Hole, like an actual music video that I'm not starring in at all. That was shot all around Newfoundland, actually, by a guy from LA, oddly. So, and I've seen some of that. It looks beautiful. It's very exciting. Because I just put out the 18th Hole Variations, which is a little EP with a few different versions of that song. And coming up next, I'm actually flying to Montreal, not tomorrow but the next day, to get back in the studio and work on some songs that didn't make the record. We're gonna sort of polish them up and release some B-sides from that. And then what's happening? We're in Quebec and Ontario touring this month, and we come back to St. John's and have a couple shows at Club 1 mid-December, 15, 16. Really excited about that.
Yes.
Then I'm off to Portugal with my partner who's Portuguese. We're going over there for Christmas. And then we're going to turn that into a European tour. So we'll be all through the UK, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, France, Belgium. Yeah, in like January, February. So
Yeah, well, that sounds like a lot going on.
a lot going on. Yeah, yeah.
And I was going to say, if you ever need a 2-foot-tall purple puppet in any of your music videos. You know
Well,
who to call.
you'd be the man I'd call for sure, Gary. Yeah, yeah.
So now we're going to do a little thing I like to do with all of my guests. It's a little game called Get to Know Me. So I'll ask you 5 questions, and you'll come back with the first thing that pops into your head.
All right.
Okay, so your
Let's do
favorite
it.
color?
Blue.
Favorite food?
Ooh, spaghetti.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Your favorite song to sing out loud to when you're alone in the car?
That is a good question. And there's so many, favorite song is such a difficult question. The first thing that came to my mind was a song that I was singing just the other day as we drove through Philadelphia, a song called Philadelphia by Neil Young. It's just a beautiful melody. It's a like little known song of his from the soundtrack Philadelphia. Anyway, yeah, that's not something I sing every day, but it's beautiful.
Your favorite place to visit in Newfoundland and Labrador?
That also a very good question. I was just before I came here. I was in my parents' backyard, which is the yard I grew up in my whole life. I was born into that house, and it might be my folks' backyard down there in the Waterford Valley. Yeah. But I would say Woody Point is a close second on the West Coast. I spend a lot of time there. Play a show there every year. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And finally, what is your favorite thing about performing a live show?
Favorite thing about performing a live show? Well, I've done so many different kinds of shows over this last year. I've played alone a lot. I've played with a trio. I've played with a 5-piece. And I like playing with people. I like playing, the more people, the better, kind of. So I've really enjoyed playing with the 5-piece. And actually coming back to St. John's in December, I'm going to have a couple saxophones with the band, I think. We're working on that this week. And so that's even more people. So I just love that. Obviously, the energy of the crowd, having people sing your songs back to you and show you that you're making some sort of impact. You know, you get asked all the time, like, "Oh, how's the new record doing?" Or how's it doing? How you doing as a solo person? Or back when I was with A Rosetta, how's the new record being received? And you don't really know. Like, you put it out, and then you get some notes. You know, people send you some letters on Facebook and social media and stuff saying that it made an impact. And you get some metrics, but like, you don't really know. But that's when you, I think, realize the most, is when people literally sing it back to you joyfully. So that's pretty powerful.
Pretty good answer.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, Tim, before we go, I wanted to ask if people wanted to find out more information about your upcoming tours or music and stuff, where can they do that?
The best place to do that, I guess, would be my website, timbaker.net. And if you follow me on Instagram at Hey Tim Baker, that'd be a really good way. A less good way would be to follow me on Twitter, because I don't update it as well, which is also Hey Tim Baker. And Facebook, there's a Facebook page of Tim Baker that also, I think, it's updated sometimes, not by me. But I would say, probably Instagram and the website would be the best. Yeah.
Great. Well,
or you could tune into NL Now.
Yes,
you know,
NL Now. Always a great source to get all your local entertainment news.
That's right.
Okay, well, thank you, Tim, very much for coming in today.
My pleasure.
Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back right after this with more NL Now.
You've got a secret room, carved in marble and arch in wood, hiding you, so afraid of the wind and the rain. You never let the sun shine in. Let it shine on you, on you, on you. Show yourself to me. Don't you hide away anything. Just be real with me. Just reveal what it is you're thinking. I'm not afraid of your sins and your skeletons, babe. I will not win, so back away when you come to meet me. Oh, 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 oh. sarcastic mask you had, but you got a good spirit, and you got to try and keep it shining through, shining through, shining through. Show yourself to me. Don't you hide away anything. Just be real with me. Just reveal what it is you're feeling. I'm not afraid of your secret suffering. I will not once start measuring. When you come to me, show yourself to me. Don't you hide away anything. Just be real with me. Just reveal what it is you're thinking. I'm not afraid of all your sins and your skeletons, babe. I will not win, so back away. Now when you come to me, when you come to me,
Hello and welcome back to NL Now. Right here with me in our musical guest soundstage today, I have the wonderful Ian Foster and Nancy Hynes. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How's it going?
It's going great. So now, Ian, before we get talking about your music and the upcoming Christmas tour, I wanted to ask you about your podcast. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, thanks for asking. Yeah,
Yes.
It's called If and When, and it's conversations with creators about how and why they do what they do. So it's not unlike any other kind of interview show, other than the fact that it's long form and largely unedited. So the episodes are usually somewhere around 45 minutes each, usually in 2 parts. So if you're interested in hearing people like Sandy Morris or Pamela Morgan, filmmaker Justin Sims, and coming up, the excellent comedian Mary Walsh, talk for an hour to an hour and a half about their lives and what they do, then this might be for you, and it's on all podcast platforms.
Great. Now, last year you guys released a Christmas album, and from what I've been hearing, the response was great. I enjoyed it, and I actually was in one of the music videos you filmed for it, so
Sure
that
were.
was a fun experience. Thanks. So how did you guys enjoy the whole process of recording that album in particular?
It was a lot of fun. I love Christmas music, so I was very excited to do the album. It was a little odd, though, because we had to record it in the summer. So it was very warm while we were recording, and so we strung up some lights, and I recorded most of my vocals in my shorts.
Now, here's a question we like to ask a lot of our musical guests on the show. If you could each pick any musician, dead or alive, to collaborate with on a song, who would you choose?
Oh my, what a hard question. I mean, Leonard Cohen was always a huge inspiration for me as a writer, and even his sort of outlook on life. So I'd love to sit down with him for an afternoon.
I think I would like to sing with Joy Williams, formerly of the Civil War. She now does her own stuff, and I just really love what she does. And as a harmony singer, I'd love to do some harmonies to something she's doing.
Great. Now, why don't you talk a little bit about your upcoming tour?
Absolutely. Well, it starts on November 28th in Ontario, and we do dates across Ontario and New Brunswick until December the 9th. Then we fly home to Newfoundland here, and we start our Newfoundland tour on December 12th at St. Mark's here in St. John's, and tickets for that show are available now, as are tickets for all the shows, so you can find them on ianfoster.ca, and we travel across the island after St. Mark's, and we do Brookfield, we do Deer Lake, Rocky Harbor, Twillingate, Lewisport, Fogo Island, and Botwood. Am I missing any? I think that's all of them.
No, I think that's all of
Yeah,
them.
that's a lot of names to remember, so that's pretty good.
I know, no kidding.
So why don't you tell us about the song you're going to perform to close out the show this evening?
Absolutely. Well, it's the title track from the Christmas record. It's called A Week in December, and it's really a song for those who are coming home for Christmas. There's so many Newfoundlanders especially, but I guess everywhere that it's like this. People get to come home for that 1 week in December to see their family and friends, and it's a beautiful time. It's also a bittersweet time, I think, in a lot of ways, and that's what I tried to capture in the song.
Well, thank you guys very much for coming in today.
Thanks, Gary.
And thank you all for watching NL Now this evening, folks. Come back next Sunday at 6:30 for another all-new edition of the show. Please welcome to close out the show with A Week in December, Ian Foster and Nancy Hynes.
It's a change in the air that lets me know it's time to buy a ticket home. 7 days at the end of another year, when everyone I know tries to be there, flying over the island in the frozen night. Even the runway looks like Christmas lights. Picked up at the airport by Mom and Dad, complaining about the drive they had. And I know I couldn't ask for better. I'm back home for a week in December. Now I'm stumbling down Bond on a Christmas mission to your big house with the tiny kitchen. And we'll crowd in there and I'll see your face. Puts me more at home than any place. You tell me I'm looking just the same. Do I still like the job? Do I hate the game? I tell you I've been kicking our bad old ways. And you cheers my glass for old time's sake. And we drink a little more because we remember it's only gonna be for a week in December. And I'll be out to see a show, talk over the music to those I know. Someone asks if I like it in Calgary. I say that it's okay, but they don't hear me. Downtown is ready for winter night. Old clapboard and changing lights. We don't have much, but we got this right. The hustle and the bustle to keep it all bright. On these old streets, in miserable weather, we got it all for a week in December. Yeah, I got it all for a week in December.
Well, before I became a politician, I was a teacher. I taught economics at the university, and I really, really liked that. I would consider going back to do that because I really enjoy teaching. But, oh, my dream job, maybe cooking for people because I love to cook and I'm very good at it.
He's got a friend in a backstage alley, got just the thing to make the night move along. Feeling when my feet hit the pier, it's like I never left here.